We have somewhat tired Pharaohe Monch, just finished up a show out here in Boston. Thank you for holding us down. I know you got the ski glasses on, you know, you're ready to rock, you got the goggles on.
Shit was incredible, man.
We got the new album, Desire. Of course, we're selling it at undergroundhiphop.com. Pretty soulful album. You deal with a lot of issues on it. We were giving it away with, you know, free newspaper. It's kind of a stop the gun violence movement. You had that song, Gun Draws. So what was kind of the concept behind that? What made you decide to tackle, you know, gun violence on the new album?
Well, I mean, originally it was just a lyrical concept that me and Prince came up with, organized.
Yep.
And then, you know, when I got this piece of music from Mr. Porter, and he had the chorus in there, I thought it would be dope to do a sequel to the song, but you know, this time since I've grown a little more, I thought it would be better to put a social, political spin on the song, as well as attach it to something tangible. I met Jesus R, who has a nonprofit called Guns for Cameras, which may sound corny at first listen, but we actually did a passionate verbal exchange about what we can do, you know, in terms of that problem. And I know it's a heavy problem here in Boston.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends up here, and I hear about the senseless gun violence and the, you know, the crazy, stupid shit that happens, and you know, it's just real sad. And I think, you know, at some point, you gotta target the youth earlier and earlier, and just show them the different options. You know, I think when your options are limited, you take these routes. You know, and I mean, it's real, man. When we was in Philly, the auditorium was filled up at Temple University, and you know, you're like, you know, somebody who's been shot, and like 90% of the fucking audience is raising their hand, and that's insane. I see a system where the kids are coming through, where the choices are limited, and the options are limited, and I'm saying to you, oh shit, I didn't know that you could mold sculptures into lifelike three-dimensional figures. I know somebody who's hiring for that. And if I expose you to that, and you still choose to grab a gun and fucking join a gang or whatever, then that's fucking make that choice if you want to.
What was it like when you were coming up?
I mean, I grew up in notorious South Jamaica, Queens, and I was able to have the beauty of that raw energy and you know, see, you know, a lot of the things that I talk about in my music. And you know, the beautiful thing about it is me and Prince was also, you know, just artistic youth, you know, kind of like, you know, hood nerds in a sense. We were artists. We went to art school. We went to the same art school as Percy P and Mobb Deep, Kwame, called Art and Design in New York. It was just not even on some MC, you know, like a lot of the famous break crews and graffiti writers were there, so we were just overwhelmed with, you know, hip-hop in a true form, and I really had no choice. I broke away from the art thing and was just like, this is what I have to do.
What's kind of been going on in your life since the last album? There was quite a time lapse right there.
I mean, you know, most of it was label politics and bullshit with the label, and I got frustrated in a lot of different ways, but I was good because, you know, I was touring, and I was lucky enough to build a fan base with Organize and build a fan base, you know, with Internal Affairs. And, you know, I was on the road doing new music, and people was supporting it. And I kind of got an attitude, you know, after I got off the label, was a free agent, I kind of was like, fuck it, you know, fuck labels. And then, you know, because I was caught in that old motto of the record industry, in an industry that was changing to where there are no records anymore. This shouldn't even be called a record industry anymore. Not alone, my last couple of meetings, they're talking about doing away with CDs. So, you know, in my span, you know, I went from actual cassette tapes, you know, Nas is like, don't put me in your box if your shit eats tapes, you know what I'm saying? We went from that to heavy digging with vinyl to, you know, my record label didn't even put out like vinyl on the last record. You know, it's something you got to fight for
Yeah.
now.